Hi everyone, in this video we're gonna create a simple form that is a submit button that shows us different screens depending on the option or answer we choose. As you see, I wanted to keep the form really simple without any actual content to focus on the technique. So what we're going to create is basically a form that has some options, and I used radio buttons to simulate some kind of quiz or something that lets us select one option and submit it, and depending on the answer or option we choose, it's going to take us to a screen. So let's select the correct one. Yeah, so let's get started. I copied the required elements beforehand. As you see, we have the required elements and screens without any elements. Let's start by creating the radio button component. So I'm gonna press make a component button, and we also need a property since it's going to be selected or not. So we can call it active or selected. So by default it's gonna be false. I'm gonna create the property, and I'm gonna make this little circle visible on its active state. So I'm gonna apply Boolean property to this blue dot, and selected is the only one we have. And since our radio button is not selected by default, it's gonna appear like this. So let's delete this static one and take a copy of this one, the component one, the component, and change its text to round one. And what we need to do now is just selecting the whole form and make it a component. So when we do that, since the inner element radio button becomes an instance, Figma shows us the main radio button component there. As we created our form component, we need to create variants of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna press that plus button to create a variant of it. So this variant of our form component is going to be for correct answer. I'm gonna create one more variant since we also need a state for the wrong answer or the other option. I'm gonna deselect the correct one and make the wrong one active. Actually, we better call this default name property one as state to make things easier for us. And in this one, I'm gonna rename the state to correct, and in this one wrong. So we defined our all components and their variants. We can select the prototype tab and start defining the interactions. So in form's first variant or first state, when user selects this option or clicks the correct answer, we need to instantly change our component to its correct state, or we need to go to the correct variant of our component. When user clicks the wrong option or the second option, what we need to see is this state or wrong variant of our component. In correct option, or incorrect variant, our submit button needs to take us to a correct frame, and when we select the second option, we need to see this screen. But what I forgot is we can define a nice moving animation, and also for this one. Also, we might want to define additional interactions for changing the answer when user at this state of our component or this variant. User needs to be able to navigate to the relevant variant or state, and also for this one. So we are basically defining the changing the idea options there. I'm just going to drag an instance of our form component to the first frame, and center the form to the screen. Also, we might want to actually define some, going back to the first artboard, interactions. The same goes for the wrong one. So Figma is going to remember the settings we chose last time. So let's check our prototype. So let's say I chose the wrong option the first time, and I'm hitting the submit button, and it takes me to the wrong screen. And when I select the correct one, it takes me to the correct screen. Hope you like this tutorial. See you in the next one.